If you take a heavy gauge wire and directly bridge the positive and negative terminals of a standard lead-acid battery, the result is violent. Because this dermal hazard is drilled into anyone working with DC electricity, many technicians assume that placing a direct short across a solar panel will trigger a similar catastrophic failure. Yet deliberately short-circuiting a solar panel is a standard diagnostic procedure. It is entirely safe and mathematically necessary to evaluate the health of the hardware. The confusion comes from a misapplication of electrical theory. Technicians intuitively treat photovoltaic devices as standard voltage sources, exactly like batteries. But solar panels operate under an entirely different set of physical laws and boundary limits. Every solar panel datasheet lists two extreme metrics: open circuit voltage, or VOC, and short circuit current, or ISC. Understanding why an ISC test does not destroy the panel reveals the specific electrical constraints that define photovoltaic power production. To see the mechanical difference, we have to start with a standard battery circuit governed by Ohm's law. Chemical batteries possess extremely low internal resistance. They are designed to push as much current as a load demands. If you remove the load and create a short circuit, resistance drops to near zero, causing the current to attempt to spike to infinity. This uncontrolled electrical spike is a fault current. The battery will continue dumping amperage into the short until it chemically destroys itself or melts the wire. A solar panel behaves completely differently. It starts with light physically striking a silicon cell. These cells do not chemically store energy. They only convert available sunlight into freed electrons. In engineering terms, solar panels are source-limited devices. While a battery attempts to push a massive, endless block of electrons, a solar cell trickles a strictly fixed number of electrons dictated entirely by incoming light rays. Even if you completely remove the resistance across its terminals, the panel can physically only deliver the exact number of electrons the sun is currently providing. This strict physical cap on electron flow is the definition of short circuit current, or ISC. A solar short circuit is an expected, safely bounded operational state dictated by sunlight, rather than an uncontrolled electrical fault. We can prove exactly how safe the state is using the foundational electrical power equation. Power equals voltage times current. Open circuit voltage, or VOC, is measured when the panel is completely disconnected. Current flow is absolutely zero. When we plug that zero in, we mathematically prove that power output at VOC is exactly zero. Short circuit current, or ISC, is measured when the terminals are connected directly through an ammeter. The voltage potential across the panel drops to near zero. Applying this reverse scenario to the equation yields the same result. Total power is effectively zero during an ISC test. During both major diagnostic tests, the panel is producing virtually zero total power. This is a photovoltaic IV curve, a standard analytical graph plotting voltage on the x-axis against current on the y-axis. The VOC point is located on the far right of the x-axis, and the ISC point sits at the very top of the y-axis. VOC and ISC do not measure power output. They establish the absolute extreme outer limits of the panel's operational envelope. Because a solar panel is source-limited, those outer boundary numbers fluctuate constantly in the field as conditions change. Short circuit current is almost perfectly proportional to actual sunlight intensity, known as irradiance. Reading an ISC value below the datasheet label rarely proves the panel is broken. It usually just indicates low irradiance, heavy cloud cover, or a poor panel angle. Open circuit voltage operates under a completely different thermal mechanic. Cell voltage is highly sensitive to temperature, but in reverse. As heat rises across the silicon, the maximum voltage drops. Conversely, plummeting winter temperatures cause VOC to spike well above its standard laboratory rating. This specific temperature expansion makes calculating cold weather VOC absolutely critical to avoid feeding downstream charge controllers with destroying overvoltage. Field diagnostics require a technician to dynamically calibrate their multimeter readings against current weather conditions, rather than blindly trusting the factory label. Moving from theoretical physics to the field introduces physical constraints with the testing hardware itself and its specific capabilities. An ISC test requires strict multimeter setup. You must verify the internal fuse rating, select the correct DC current range, and physically move the leads to the dedicated current port. Leaving the leads in that current port while attempting to measure voltage creates a dead short straight through the meter, instantly destroying the internal fuse. There is an even more critical safety boundary in solar engineering: the difference between testing a single isolated panel and testing a wired series string. While a single panel is safely current limited, wiring panels in series aggregates the DC voltage to lethal hazard levels. Breaking a short-circuit connection on a high-voltage series string will pull a sustained, highly destructive DC arc flash. Solar equipment has no off switch. Exposed conductors are constantly energized if illuminated. While a single panel's internal physics prevents thermal runaway, combining panels immediately overrides the safety margins of standard handheld testing. If power generation is zero at both the VOC and ISC extremes, we have to ask where the panel is actually producing useful energy. Maximum electrical efficiency must exist somewhere dynamically between these two boundary anchors. We can visualize an operational curve that connects the maximum available current directly to the maximum available voltage. Locating the largest possible mathematical area beneath this curve reveals the maximum power point. This specific operational coordinate is the exact intersection of maximum power voltage, or VMP, and maximum power current, or IMP. A healthy ISC or VOC field reading confirms baseline electrical continuity, but it never guarantees the panel can actually sustain this critical maximum power point under a real load. Modern MPPT charge controllers exist entirely to constantly sweep this curve, hunting for this exact corner, as moving clouds and shifting temperatures alter the boundaries. Treating solar panels as dynamic, source-limited devices allows technicians to interpret multimeter readings through the lens of actual power availability rather than datasheet labels.